So this video today is going to help you not to be played by a player. Instead, you play the player in the right way. When you enter into a relationship with a guy, the first thing that is on most guys' mind is sex. Women, keep this to the back of your head. I'll give you some tips on how to suspect a player and how to avoid being played. So listen to this. Number one, you always take things slow. You don't rush into anything. And you look at him and you observe his behavior. Two, you need to always set boundaries. Be crystal about what you would allow and what you would not allow, what you're comfortable and what you're uncomfortable with. Do not be quick to get intimate with no man. You ask direct questions. Don't be afraid to communicate your expectations. Some may say that would send the man away if you set expectations, but you have to. Remember, you do not want to be played by a player. And he should respect your boundaries. If he disrespects you when it comes to your boundary, go away. It's time for you to walk away. If it feels off, it probably is off. If you feel that something does not seem right, it probably isn't. Listen to these videos and then I'll give you some tips on how to recognize a player.
First sign a man comes to waste your time, to play with you, right? Listen, you got to understand that a lot of men, they don't know if they're going to stay. Think about it like this. If he has a job and he's putting in applications elsewhere to get a better job. But honestly, what happens when a man starts to deal with you, he starts to compare you to who he's already dealing with. He's trying to weigh out his options to see who gets the most of his time, you or the other woman. Sometimes the girl he's talking to before you starts to miss him and she starts to feel like a little bit rejected. So instead of her walking away, she deals with it because he says he's busy, he's handsome, he got a lot going on, never texting her what you doing 5 times a day. So she's actually more attracted to him. Usually people want what they can't have. So then she over starts to play her part and starts tapping for his attention. So what you have to realize here is that if the conversation is getting shorter, what you was getting longer with someone else. Because all I know is that if a man wants you, he don't have no time to miss you. And even if he's busy, he'll still find a way to include you. And it's just that simple. So let me hurry this up before I run out of time. Another one is going to be him trying to fill a void. The one thing about manipulative men is they know that if they listen to you long enough, then you'll start talking too much and then they can get away with anything. So then in time, he's going to end up loaning him some money, watching the kids, investing in his business, because they know that women are natural nurturers. And there's really no way to really know a man's true intentions with you. And this is why I always teach people to have your standards and your boundaries in place and to guard your heart, because most of these guys out here are practicing with your heart. Like, they don't really want you, but they see you as just something to do because they're bored, or maybe they're lost, or maybe they just want practice with your heart. And if he thinks that you could be good to him, he's going to see what he can get away with. You see, when men shoot their shot, you got to understand that there's no class to take. So there's no way for a guy to get practice. And this is going to be one of your biggest reasons. And so you don't want to be a man's placeholder or seat filler while he tries to get it right, or why he keeps his options open. So when you meet a man, you really got to require time. And yes, he can still be playing games. That's why you got to trust your gut, your intuition. And I'm not trying to get in your head. I'm only trying to reach your heart and teach you something. This happens to women every day. I'm just trying to help you so you don't miss the signs and you can learn from this, bro.
So if you've ever wondered why a guy did what he did to you, here's an explanation. They got their heart broken by a past lover. One thing about men is we protect our emotions like women protect their bodies. Emotions are very personal to us because society has taught us not to have them, which is why we struggle with vulnerability. This is an important detail. A lot of men got their hearts broken in their early 20s or teenage years, and they were like, never again. So as a defense mechanism, they stop offering committed relationships to women. But they still want that physical connection. As a result, they start to play women. And that links back to their past trauma of them saying, I don't want to experience that level of pain again. The sad part is it gets taken out on you because you came after this heartbreak. I'm not excusing their behavior. I'm just letting you know it's not you. A lot of women hate this topic. So I'm going to say this just to start. Women do not owe men anything for being nice. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you what the general male experience is. So for the women that want to know why men do the things that they do, I ask that you go into this with an open mind. Now, every guy knows the expression, nice guys finish last. The reason why all of us know that is because that tends to be what our experience is. The guys who are overly nice usually do not get the girl that they want. And the girls that they want usually end up with those player types. So how a lot of men internalize that is they've been rejected so many times that they're done being nice. And the craziest part of it is it actually kind of works. And so they just keep doing it. Now here's my actual opinion on this. I think a lot of those guys make a mistake. If you have to be a player to get the woman that you like, she's probably not the woman for you. Like, it's literally that simple. You will never be able to be yourself around her. I don't want to have to hurt people to get the woman that I want. So instead, what I did is I just stood on who I am at my core. If you don't like me, then you're not the woman for me. Peace. And then I ask another woman out. So I usually end up talking to a different woman each month, but I always make sure that she and I are on the same page. So there's no type of confusion and very minimal heartbreak.
Let me tell you how to not get played. Just watch the vid. Number one, you meet guys at the wrong place. No, like, I'm being for real. You meeting guys at parties, you meeting guys at clubs, you meeting guys at bars, you meeting guys that's just like, why? Like, and I mean, like, why? Because it's like, why are you meeting guys there? If you want a good man, go to a good place that you know good man gonna be at. Oh, I don't know, maybe church. I don't know, maybe at a game because he's supporting his best friend or supporting his sister or his mom or dad, whatever it may be. Stuff like that. Number two, y'all, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Trust me, I love y'all. I'm here helping y'all out, all right? All right? But low value women will attract low value men. If you ain't doing nothing with your life, well, that's the type of guy you're going to get. If you a girl who literally loving, who does everything with her life, her priorities are straight, you gonna find a man like that. I mean, that's how that works. Whatever you put out in the universe, it's gonna come back right to you. You did what I'm saying? So if you a person who just don't care about yourself, who's like no confidence, no nothing, well, you're gonna find a man that's like that. It's gonna treat you 10 times worse. I'm telling you. Number three, if you have a bad history. And this right here, y'all, I know this gonna be this is the truth. It may hurt some of y'all, but now let's just think about it like this. Your ex break up with you, and then you like, you know what? I'm gonna go to his friend. You think that's get back? You think that makes you look good? You think that makes you feel good at the end of the day? You think that's gonna make him want you back or anything? No, it's not. It's gonna make you look like a buffoon. It's gonna literally make you look crazy by doing that. You don't have to do that. You know what you can do? You can go to the gym to get a bigger guy. You did what I'm saying? You can do anything.
So this is how you can recognize a player. He wants to move pretty fast. He wants to get between your legs very fast. You need to close your legs to these players. He doesn't want to get to know you. He wants to get to know what's going on between your legs. He wants to know how often you like this, how often you would do it, how often. What turns you on, what turns you in, what turns you out. Another sign is that he would not introduce you to his friends or his family. He would be staring and flirting with other women in front of you. He would not show genuine interest in you, only interested in one thing. He does not want to have real communication. He dodges a lot of your questions. So if ever you find yourself with a guy like this, you need to open your eyes. You need to avoid guys like this. Don't be fooled by the player. Let the player know that you know who he is. Don't be fooled by a player. You play the player. You pray and you ask God for that right person for you. Okay? I want you to comment below. I want you to tell me how you feel about this. I'll see you in the next video.